We begin in Washington, where the Inspector General of the Department of Defense has launched an investigation into Pentagon Secretary Pete Hegseth's use of the encrypted messaging app Signal to discuss sensitive military operations in Yemen. The probe follows a bipartisan request from the Senate Armed Services Committee after reports surfaced that the highly precise intelligence was shared in a Signal group chat that included a journalist. And investigators will now examine whether the Secretary of Defense and other Department of Defense personnel violated classification and record retention rules. Last week, the controversy erupted after the Atlantic published messages reportedly sent by Defense Secretary Hegseth. These texts allegedly contained detailed operational plans for airstrikes against Houthi rebel targets in Yemen. And among the details shared were the launch times of F-18 fighter jets, bomb drop schedules, and of course the timing of naval Tomahawk missile strikes, all before the operations even took place. However, when the Defense Secretary was asked about sharing the war plans, he dismissed concerns about sensitive information being shared in messages.
Nobody's texting war plans. Well, I noticed this morning out came something that doesn't look like war plans. And as a matter of fact, they even changed the title to attack plans because they know it's not war plans. There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods, no classified information.
Now, despite the growing scrutiny, the White House has backed the Secretary of Defense strongly, denying that any classified information was in fact shared. In fact, they insist that the messages were simple team updates and contained no sensitive intelligence sources or methods.
We have said all along that no classified material was sent on this messaging thread. There were no locations, no sources or methods revealed, and there were certainly no war plans discussed.
However, legal and military experts argue otherwise. In fact, the Pentagon's own classification guidelines indicate that military plans of this nature typically require at least a secret classification with some real-time operational updates, potentially falling under an even higher level of scrutiny. In the coming days, as the review takes place in Washington, all eyes would be on the Pentagon and the answers that it provides.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.